Hi guys, get ready with me as I tell you about a story time of when I was supposed to be someone's second wife. Let us get started. Please remember to like the video, and if you are not yet subscribed, to subscribe. I just came out of the shower, so let's do our hair. It's my natural hair. So I'm just going to be doing the hair as well as my makeup while we just chat. So I just finished law school. I got married a week after my call to bar. That was when I got married to my husband. So I was still in the honeymoon stage of marriage. So at first, when I was like, oh, I need a job, everybody kept saying that you just got married, enjoy this like honeymoon phase of your marriage. Don't just rush to go and get a job, right? So I was like, oh, I want to work. So that's how I was going for interviews all over Lagos, writing LSAT, because if you're a lawyer, you want to get into like top law firms. Okay, you know, there are different types of law firms. You have normal law firms, you have medium-sized law firms, you have law firms that are strictly for commercial transactions. Do you understand? So if you want to get into those commercial transactions type of like where the big box is, right, you need to do LSAT. So LSAT is just like the GMAT for lawyers. So I already had my classmates that went to secondary school together, but she was 1 year ahead of me because my school didn't have, we had a limited slot for law school. So some people had to go, so we had like backlog. So some of my seniors had not gone to law school, do you understand? So they had to go before me while I went to serve. So while I was serving, she was doing her youth service, so she was a year ahead of me. Anyway, so because she had gotten employed in like law firms, so she was giving me like the scoop of, oh, you need to do your LSAT, you need to have LSAT. So I collected a LSAT something from her. I was studying with her materials. So that's how I was going around Lagos, so looking for work. Oh, I even had a couple of referrals. There's a particular person who's quite popular that referred me to, and it was a new firm at the time. They were just starting their practice at the time, so he referred me there. But when I went there and I told them that, oh, I just got married, so I don't even know if they were whining me. They're like, oh, you should focus on your new life as a married woman, that legal practice in those firms. This was the partner that was telling me, maybe because I came from a top person, can actually be draining for a new marriage. Do you understand? So that's how I kept going to different places. There was a time, because then I was really very quiet. People, even though some people say I'm not quiet, that I talk a lot, but I'm very shy. So there was a particular commercial firm that I went to do interviews. So me, I was just thinking that it's only book they were using to interview, like to select people for the job. But apparently your social skills, ability to socialize, because at the end of the day, the truth of the matter is that these firms you need to be a marketer. That's just the truth. Whether it's law firm, whether it's a bank, whether it's anything, companies need to make money. So you cannot just be a quiet person, so to speak, because at some point you need to do marketing, you need to meet people. I never get that sense that time, so I was really very quiet. I I think I passed 2 stages of the interview, because we're doing the interview was not like a normal interview, you guys. It was like a reality TV show. I think that was like the best interview I've had. And that particular law firm was so, like, I really wanted to work in that law firm because it was so beautiful. It had kind of vibes that I would like. That's how your sister went to disgracing people. Oh. They had finished like the academic side and had passed all those parts. So it was now like you needed to interact with the different partners. I was seeing other people, but I just sat down in one particular place. There was one girl, I think she now became she was working in Ministry of Justice in Ogun State at the time, but she came for that interview, and so she was just telling me, oh, relax, don't worry, if you don't get the job, it's not by force that you must work here. You can work in other places, that type of thing. So me now, I didn't go and chat with the partner or the partners, so I saw some other people going out to go and talk to the partners, what we will call over sabi. But that was what they were employing people for. So I didn't get that job. Hey, I fell into depression, you guys. I was depressed for a very long time because the pay was good, the pedigree, like they had a fountain inside the chamber. Do you understand? They had a fountain inside the chamber, law chamber. So I had to stay at home. So I went to a couple more places, but at this point, I was already feeling bad because I didn't want to go and work with just any law firm, that kind of thing. And some other law firms will ask you to list like 20 top people that your family knows one on one. Anyway, so when that didn't work out for me, I had to finally take the advice all the people they had been giving me. Focus on your new marriage. I not still hear what. I still wanted to go and get a job. Because it's like, I can't just be sitting down at home. Because my husband then was working on the island. So he would leave me at home. I'll just be alone. I didn't really know people. And I'm not a really going out type of person, so I needed to keep myself busy. So I now said, okay, at this point I was managing properties for people, because I was already doing that, but I just needed that. Oh, I'm working in a corporate place, that type of thing. That is how I now said, okay, let me go and look for any law firm in the Adubo. When I mean Adubo, like in the area where I was staying, I'll just go and look for any law firm around me and volunteer. I don't know why I did not think of volunteering in a VI or a Ikoyi law firm. And I went to go and volunteer. So I'll volunteer in any law firm in the area, So I was now scouting for different law firms so that I can just be busy. Let me tie this hair while I do my makeup. So that is how I now found a particular law firm. I went to meet the chamber manager that, oh, I would like to work there. So they now told me that they can't pay me because they're a small firm, but that any brief that any brief that I bring in, they can take it up, then we'll share the money, that type of arrangements. I was fine. Mine was that I just wanted to have somewhere to go and not be indoors always, and just be out of the house, because it was really boring. So anyway, as I started going to this particular chamber, nothing was really happening in the chamber, but the fact that I could leave the house in the morning, people would see me going out, it was just a big deal for me at the time. So the day that I now met the Oga, And I said, oh, young lawyer. I think I was 22 years old then. Oh, young barrister. How are you? Oh, welcome. That he's not going to be around because he was a politician at that time. That when he comes back, I think he was going to Abuja or something. That when he comes back, he will see me. I'm coming. That when he comes back, he's going to see me. They were having meetings in Abuja. Da 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 da. So I was like, okay, me, I was just happy to not be at home, like I said. So I'll wake up in the morning, leave the house, come and sit down in this particular law firm. I was just happy to be leaving my house. Like anything to leave the house was fine. I was excited about leaving the house and having the similitude of being productive. So when this man finally came back from Abuja, he now had a meeting with me and I said, oh, okay, let me see your CV. And I brought out my CV, me thinking that it was a serious conversation I wanted to have. When I brought out my CV, and I said, oh wow, you are so young. And this is really good though, that he wants me to become his second wife, his media wife, because they had promised him that he was going to become the senator for Ogun State. So I thought it was a joke. Oh. I was not like, oh, that I had to be diplomatic. I was like, oh, that's nice. Oh, that's really, really good. That I'm happy for him. Oh. He said, I know, but that his wife is not educated. So he will need a wife that can be going for media stuff, can be in the eye of the public, can talk. And I said, I'm married though. He just said, how many children do you have? I said, I just got married. He said, no, that doesn't mean anything. That Shebi, there are even women that they've had 3 children that used to leave their marriages. Hey, see me. I say, fear. Now me want walk. Oh, I want to walk. I want to walk. I want to be productive. So I said, I just smiled. I said, hey. He said yes, so that he will set up a chamber for me in that once he gets into the position, that he will set up a chamber for me in Ikeja, that I will be the one to be going on media rounds, interfacing with the public. And this man had children that were like my age mates, because he told me that his first child was 20 years old and the second child was 18 years old, and I was 22 at that time. In my mind, and the thing that really even broke me, after I said that thing that day, I got the news that my seatmate in law school then was coming to Lagos for interview, and she had a ghastly accident on that same road where that office was. So that day I said to myself, you must not walk, you can't stay in your house, you're already managing properties, it's not like you are broke, it's just that you want to do oversabi. And that's how the next day they never saw me again in that chamber. It's not even funny, but then it wasn't funny, because when I heard about the passing of that girl, oh my god, it was like, wasn't funny. I don't even want to remember that experience. But anyway, that's how they said that I should come and become a second wife. Or like, if I was desperate, or if I was an oloju kokoro, abi oloju kokoro, that's how I say, was there The people that are doing it, that it does not matter. Now, so funny thing, it wasn't up to 3 months after my former boss, when I served, she just called me one day. You this child, where are you? Where are you in this Lagos? I said, Mom, in my husband's house. He said, yeah, your husband's house. Have you not done the honeymoon and finished? Oh yeah, bring your CV, come and resume work. They shall did the interviews and all of that. And that's how I started my job. A good paying job, even though it was not a law firm. And yeah, the rest they say is history. When I remember that experience, if I just calm down, and the funny thing, I don't know, everywhere I kept going for job interview, they kept telling me, you just got married, settle down, as in be patient and enjoy your new marriage. I want to use only concealer to do my makeup. I'm not going to use, what's it called, foundation, just concealer. But I should have just known that maybe God was trying to give me a message, because everywhere we go they will say, you just got married. That's what they kept telling me, you just got married, calm down and enjoy this new. Because when I now started working, I walk. I walk, so I walk. It was so bad that many times the people in my area, they knew my husband, because, oh, God bless my husband, he was so supportive. He will wait for me at the junction at 12 midnight, because we used to do a lot of board meetings. And when public listed companies are doing their board meetings, it's not like Odogo and Sons. Like, there's a lot of things that goes into it. So when we're preparing board packs, sometimes I have to even go and sleep in my boss's house, those type of things. So sometimes I'll follow my boss home, because I was staying in the outskirts of Lagos. And you know how Lagos traffic used to be now. I'm just grateful, God allowed me to work with really good people. They're not perfect, but they were okay. That's how my husband will be waiting for me 12 midnights. A working class girl. Working class girl, as I'm waiting for me 12 midnights. He would have gone to work, come back, and be waiting for me, because it was dangerous. Sometimes I'll be the only lady from Oshodi to my side, inside Oshodi market. See, I don't even know how God protected me, but God really protected me, because it was just a big risk that I was taking then. But anyway, like they say, all things work together for our good. So that's how I've become somebody's second wife. Hey. Okay, so let me hurry up with my makeup, because they're already ready. Everybody's already ready. This one, like I said, it's just a very light makeup. Evelyn said she likes this makeup the day that we met, so that's why I'm just recreating it again. You are the pure of the heart. Oh. Do you guys still use black eye pencil? There was a time they were saying that it was outdated. need to use it anyway. And I'm going to put my lipstick. Let me be done now. I feel like it's old school, but I like to do it. I had to go and change what I was wearing because I don't really like it. So I'm just going to put on my earring. I'm standing because everybody's outside. So this is how I'm heading to church. How do I look? Weather is dark. This is the final look.